Hey, how's it going, folks? Well, it is Tuesday, January 26th, 2021, and this is Wrestling News Today. If you're listening on YouTube, I do thank you. If you can hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications on. If you're listening on your favorite podcast app, hit subscribe or follow. Last night, as we put this up, news did break that Vince McMahon's brother Rod did pass away at the age of 77. We do want to send our condolences to the McMahon family, as Vince McMahon wasn't at Raw yesterday. And I guess the funeral is scheduled for this upcoming Friday, so I would assume that Vince will not be at SmackDown this upcoming Friday ahead of the Royal Rumble. And a lot of news on the Royal Rumble today, as key entrants are going to be announced from WWE backstage this upcoming Saturday. Number 30 in the men's spot and number 1 and 2 on the women's spot. And according to Fightful Select, the decision was made due to both WWE and Fox wanting the best viewership they can get to maximize their partnership and deals they already have in place. So they want some good viewership for WWE backstage this upcoming Saturday on FS1 with Renee Young and Booker T. So they're going to announce who's number 30 on the men's side and who's number 1 and 2 on the women's side. Who do you think it's going to be? Let me know in the comments below. There was a scary bump on Raw with Dana Brooke. She took a chokeslam from Nia Jax, and according to PW Insider, she's okay. There was also a bit of a botch when it comes to the actual match. It was between Mandy Rose, Dana Brooke, Charlotte Flair against Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, and Lacey Evans. And at one point, there was a count out which stopped the match. Shayna Baszler I guess couldn't get into the ring before the 10 count, and John Cone counted her out. The referees are told to basically count things like a shoot. So if people are still outside at 10, you got to call the bell. If people's shoulders are down, you got to count to 3. During the commercial break, Adam Pearce came out, restarted the match. That was something on the fly. So that was a bit of interesting news coming out of Raw yesterday. As far as Edge being on Raw yesterday, his return being announced during Raw, Fightful Select said that due to the fact that there's no fans going to be in attendance for the Rumble, it was a surprise. They basically didn't need to have at the Rumble without the fans, and instead they used it to create buzz for the pay-per-view in hopes of attracting more fans to watch. So a little bit of buzz ahead of time. If there was fans, I would assume they would have had him return as a surprise there. More Royal Rumble news, as WrestleVotes is reporting that there is talks of a controversial ending to the men's Royal Rumble match. He did state, sorry for the lack of details here, but still noteworthy in my opinion. Had a brief conversation earlier with a source regarding the men's Royal Rumble match. They said, quote, there's a finish that scares the death out of me, and it's legitimately getting heavy consideration. So I'm not sure what that's going to be, but obviously something is on the table as far as what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble, as far as who might win that match or the finish of the match. A lot of people are speculating, will it be somebody like Brock Lesnar returning, winning it? Will it be somebody else? But obviously there is something on the table that could change closer to the actual pay-per-view. But as of now, there is some consideration of something controversial happening during that men's Royal Rumble match. Impact Wrestling did air tonight on Access Television. They did announce the main event for No Surrender. Tommy Dreamer will be facing Rich Swann for the Impact World Championship. This will be Tommy Dreamer's 50th birthday on that same date, as he does get a chance at Rich Swann Previously announced Impact Tag Team Championship match between the Good Brothers and AEW's Private Party. Matt Hardy will be with them. And a surprise return during tonight's Impact Wrestling as Trey Miguel, formerly of the Rascals, made a return during the main event. He teamed up with Tommy Dreamer, Willie Mack, and Rich Swann. And last November, him and his former teammates bid farewell to Impact Wrestling. Wentz and Xavier since signed with WWE under the name Wesley and Nash Carter. They are collectively known as MSK. Does look like Trey Miguel is back in Impact Wrestling. I'm not sure what type of agreement they do have. That is today's episode, or tonight's episode, I should say, of Wrestling News Today. Like I said, on YouTube, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, hit those notifications as well, or on your favorite podcast app. As always, daily news all day, healbynature.com.